All right, MP, how important are these head-to-head matchups against other MVP types compared to your overall body of work?
Well, you got to bring it every night, or you're not in the discussion. When these voters are trying to choose a winner, these are the type of games they take into consideration.
That's fair. Any predictions for the night?
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. He's a great player, so he wants it as much as I do, so it's going to be a shootout. MP out. How was that?
Great, bro. I think I got it.
Cool. My mom's calling.
You good?
Hey, what's up, Ma?
Everything's okay, honey, but I'm at the hospital with your father.
A hospital? Why are you at a hospital?
He had chest pain, and they checked it out. It's looking like he technically had a heart attack.
A heart attack,
He's
Ma?
okay. He's okay, honey. He wants you to know that.
Wait, Ma, slow down.
I know you have the game today, and your father didn't even want me to call you, but I think that you have a right to know.
I don't know, Ma. It sounds serious.
The doctors say it's very mild, as far as these things go, anyway. Look, honey, I'd let you talk to him, but he's getting tests right now.
No, Ma, I'm coming home.
No, honey, he made me promise that I wouldn't let you do that. I know it sounds scary, MP, but he's okay.
This doesn't feel right, Ma.
Your father's a fighter. You know that, and he'll be very upset if you miss this game because of him.
Yeah, that sounds like Dad.
It's what he wants.
Well, how are you holding up?
I'm fine. I'm a little rattled, but I'm okay.
I'm calling as soon as the game's over, so you make sure you have your phone by your side, okay?
Of course. I love you very much, MP. Good luck tonight.
I love you too, Ma. And tell Dad I love him as well, and that I'm gonna see him soon.
Going up against SGA tonight.
Yeah, that's my guy. He came on the show once before I even got drafted, so I always got love for SGA.
All right. Does that make it hard to go up against him? Being friends and all?
Nah, man. Come on. That makes me want to kill him even more, bro. Like, do you like losing to your friends?
Absolutely not.
Well, there you have it. Shay, I'm coming for you, baby. Nothing personal, as you know. I got mad love for you. It's just strictly business. Trying to get that dub, baby. MP out.
Trying to get that dub, baby. Yes, sir. Couldn't have said it any better. Welcome back to Ladder of Light Gaming, our second telecast of today. Happy Tuesday. I'm your host, Axon Jackson Wilson. If you missed it, Detroit Become Human Part 9 is up. Be sure to check that out. And if you're here, welcome to NBA 2K26, the next chapter of the MyCareer of Axon Jackson Wilson, number 42 of the Charlotte Hornets. Currently leading the standings for Rookie of the Year. And not only that, now we're going up against MVP candidates to see how we match up against the best in the business. Today's matchup, the Charlotte Hornets against the defending MVP and Finals MVP and defending NBA champions, Oklahoma City Thunder. Wilson versus his longtime friend, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Before we get started today, strap yourselves in, grab yourself some popcorn or any type of snack you desire, get yourself some water, get you a beverage. We're definitely in for a show here today. See if we can get a big, big victory. And speaking of that, check out the previous episode if you want to see what a big victory truly is. That was actually our last game on our schedule. Let's check that out. Actually, I'm not going to show it to you guys because I did last episode, and I don't want to spoil it for you. Go check out that video, like, comment, and subscribe. But what I will show you is this. Hall of Fame, 10-minute quarters. Playing on the hardest difficulty, like we always do. Going for the biggest challenge. It's not always smooth sailing, but win or lose. That's why we're here, to post raw, unedited footage. Now, granted, we do have some edited content up by Jacob Bates, which he did a fantastic job with. Me and him did a series together called As Dusk Falls, as well as Life is Strange. I played the original Life is Strange with him looking on, and then Bates, with me spectating, played Life is Strange Double Exposure. Be sure to check those out. Bates, shout out to you. And also shout out to Kelson Triplett, who was a special guest in one of our As Dusk Falls videos. And also shout out to all you viewers. I think we have 41 subscribers. I don't know how many are watching right now, but if you are, I just want to share something with you real quick before we get started. Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life, and this is the greatest good news that I can share with this entire world. It's a falling world, a sinful world. This world is temporary. We're not going to be here forever. When we die, or when Jesus Christ makes his second return, yes, he's coming back for his church. We're either going to heaven or we're going to hell. Those are the only two options. God does not want any of you guys to go to hell. He wants you all to go to heaven. And the proof is him sending his son, Jesus Christ, to enter into a new covenant with us by paying a price that we deserve. Death, the wages of our sin. Jesus died on the cross. He sacrificed for us. It's a reference to the Chronicles of Narnia when Aslan was talking about how when he sacrificed to save Edmund from the clutches of the White Witch, when a willing victim that has committed no treachery is killed in a traitor's stead, and we were the traitor, we were the ones who betrayed Christ, we broke his commandments, we sinned against him. It all began with the fall of Adam and Eve. The stone table will crack, and even death itself would be turned backwards. There wasn't a stone table, but it split, and the curtain and the earth also split down the middle from where the cross stood. After Jesus passed away and gave up his spirit, you could hear the world shake, and they realized that they killed the Son of God, but that was not the end. Jesus resurrected. He conquered hell, he conquered the grave, conquered Satan and his demons, and that's why Satan is so desperate to bring you in. He doesn't want you guys to be saved, but God is calling you. I don't care who you are or what you've been through. He's not angry with you, he's patient with you. He wants you to come as you are. You know, why would you get into a bath or a shower clean? You got to get in there when you're dirty, because then it eliminates the purpose if you don't otherwise. You know, what good is a bath or shower going to do if you enter cleansed? What good would Jesus do for us if we were already cleansed, if we were already perfect? He's the one who cleanses us with the blood that he shed. So, I thank you guys once again, and if you feel like giving up, keep going. For those who endure to the end will be saved. Turn from your sin and turn to Jesus Christ. You don't have to be perfect. It's not about being perfect. It's not about your own performance. Now, we're called to repent. We're called to do better. We're called to love more. We're called to forgive, and that's the thing. Jesus not only meets us where we're at, but he won't leave us where we're at either. Because the Bible says, when we are in Christ, we are a new creation. So if you guys have yet to make Jesus your Lord and Savior, not forcing anything on you, but all other religions and all other traditions lead to destruction. I didn't write it. It's what the Word of God says. The living Word of God. And you got to have faith. That's what gets you to heaven. Faith in Christ and Christ alone. All right, let's get into today's matchup. Hornets and Thunder, Hall of Fame difficulty. I expect this to be our most difficult contest of the year. Wilson makes his entrance in the alternate purple jerseys with the white lettering and the white numbers. This has truly been a rookie season to remember up to this point for Jackson Wilson. He's got 32 points a game, 21 rebounds, 7 assists. Basically, he picked up right where he left off. He dominated in high school. He impressed at the prospect camps against some of the best up-and-coming talented players in the world. And then he led Paris to a European basketball championship over Istanbul. All that is up on our channel, so be sure to check that out. And now to business. Welcome to the home of the defending NBA champions at the Paycom Center. The Oklahoma City Thunder ready to battle one of the young up-and-coming superstar teams, the Charlotte Hornets. Colin Sexton, one of the difference makers off the bench, getting his warm-up shots in. I expect this to be a battle here tonight. As Jackson Wilson and LaMelo Ball, two future franchise players, prepare to match up against the league's best. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who averages 35 points per contest. He's the defending regular season and finals MVP that led the Thunder to its organization's first NBA title a season ago. And Wilson wins a tip. And here we go with Bridges as he sets up on the hash with Connaughton. Connaughton out to the opposing hash. Ball's going to take a three and connect. So Wilson's teammates, who only hit one shot the entire first half against Chicago, they've already matched that mark in the opening 25 seconds. And now a steal by Brandon Miller. Miller goes behind the back. Miller gives it to Bridges. Bridges goes up for a tough layup, but instead it gets poked away. Here comes Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The MVP passes it off to Wallace. Wallace steps back and gives it to Wiggins. SGA off a screen. He gives it to Hartenstein. Hartenstein with the dunk. Good pick and roll, and he's able to beat Wilson to the rim. Both teams with their first basket on the board. It's 3-2 Hornets over the Thunder. Bridges and Wilson in the corner. Wilson with the three ball. It's no good. Rebound by OKC's Jalen Williams. Here he comes. Crosses over. Drives in on Ball. Ball with great defense. Here's the pass to Wiggins, cutting on the left side. Hartenstein to Williams for three. That's no good. Wilson with his first rebound of the night. Gives it to Brandon Miller, and now Pat Connaughton. Connaughton outside for Wilson. Wilson into the corner for Ball. Ball uses a screen. Hornets continue to work the perimeter, and here's Bridges. Bridges will utilize a screen from Connaughton. Here's a tough layup for Bridges. He gets the roll. And it's 5-2 Hornets. Good start to this game, much better than the one in Chicago. We're definitely going to need it, especially going up against last year's NBA champs, who currently sit 5th in the Western Conference. The Hornets are also 5th over in the East, as Wilson brings it down to LaMelo Ball. Wilson comes with a screen for Ball. Ball doesn't use it, instead he elects to pass to Bridges. Wilson's got a mismatch with SGA, and he'll call for it from Bridges. Here is Wilson in the post. Before the double team can get there, Wilson scores on the two-handed flush. Good start to this game for the Hornets. They lead 7-2 over the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Wallace driving out to Hartenstein. Hartenstein gives it to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA with 6 on the clock. SGA crosses over LaMelo Ball, backs up. 3 to shoot. SGA fires. No good. Rebound by Wilson. Up ahead for Miller, but it gets deflected. Stolen by the Thunder. Wallace driving, looking for Hartenstein, but Wilson is there. Wiggins with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Nice floater by Hartenstein to pull the Thunder back within 3. It's 7-4. Hornets looking to push once again. Wilson posting up Hartenstein. Throws it outside for Ball. Ball's pass gets deflected and stolen by Williams. Williams is going to score on the dunk. So back-to-back turnovers for the Thunder, amounting to points for Oklahoma City. And now here come the Hornets with LaMelo Ball on a floppy. Wilson setting it up. Here's a screen. Ball tries a three and misses it. Rebound by the Thunder, Brandon Miller. Outside Wilson, his mid-range is no good. Thunder rebound with Wiggins. Here they come. Wiggins to Wallace. Wallace inside for Hartenstein. Hartenstein posting up Wilson. Tries to battle his way inside for the go-ahead bucket, and he does. Good move by Hartenstein. He's out of the gates hot. With 6 points on a perfect field goal percentage, 3 for 3. Here's an off-ball screen for Bridges. Wilson's the one setting it. Now Connaughton. Gives it to Brandon Miller. Miller off a screen. Miller back to Wilson. Nice play, but again, Wilson can't get in rhythm. Just 1 out of his first 4 from the floor here tonight. Gilgeous-Alexander with a step back. Yes. So after the Hornets took a 7-2 lead, that's 8 unanswered points by Oklahoma City, and the Hornets will take a timeout. Wilson just 1 for his first 4 here tonight. Definitely going to have to do better than that if the Hornets stand a chance against the Thunder. Also, a big congratulations to Wilson, who was recently named the Player of the Week. Come with a screen for LaMelo Ball as they try to lose SGA. Outside, they continue to leave Wilson open, but he misses again. Wilson now 1 for his first 5. as Gilgeous-Alexander drives and kicks to Wallace in the corner. Wallace to Williams. Williams to SGA. SGA outside Williams. Williams off a screen for three. Yes. 11 unanswered points by Oklahoma City as the inbound goes into LaMelo Ball. Williams continues his strong campaign here on home hardwood. As Wilson gets a play started for Brandon Miller. Miller in the left corner, gives it to Connaughton. Connaughton to Bridges. Bridges for three. That's no good. Rebound by Hartenstein. SGA will bring it down. He gives it to Wallace. Wallace posts up on the left side. Wallace out for Williams. Another three. No good. Rebound by Wilson. Up ahead go the Hornets to Bridges. Bridges to Wilson. He's got a mismatch. Wilson going into the post. Takes his time, drop steps, and dunks. Wilson trying to get back on track for the Hornets. That's his second basket in his first 6 attempts. He's yet to make a jump shot as Hartenstein gets to the paint and scores again. Boy, that was a generous animation as Hartenstein is now up to 8 points. LaMelo Ball brings it down. They quickly snap it over to Wilson. Wilson off a pick and roll with Bridges. Bridges, nice pick. Wilson tried to hit him on the pass, but he turns it over. But the play was there. But just like the jump shot, Wilson's pass is not quite on point. Maybe some nerves here in the early going against the defending MVP and defending champs. Here comes SGA with the Hornets up 15-9. Excuse me, the Thunder up 15-9. SGA trying to drive on LaMelo Ball. Hop steps, goes up for the layup. No good. Rebound by Wilson. Here is Williams. Wilson gets it in the post again. Wilson chooses to reset. Here's a screen for LaMelo Ball. Wilson. The hand is still down. Wilson finally able to hit. Wilson is money from the mid-range. He's now up to 6 points on 3 out of 7 shooting. It's 15-11, Oklahoma City. Gorgis Yang. Outside. Here's a screen. Cutting Williams. Great defense by Wilson to force the miss. Here's Brandon Miller into the corner for Sexton. Backdoor Wilson for the flush. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. A slow start, but Wilson continues to battle. He's got that field goal percentage back to 50. Teammates doing a nice job moving that ball around the world. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Ball gets deflected and stolen by Wilson. Up ahead to Williams. He kicks it to the corner for Sexton. Wilson at the top of the key. The hand is down. Hornets take the lead. Wilson's first three-pointer of the night on 3 attempts. 16-15 our score. This is a game of runs. Here is SGA. SGA with a tough three. No good. Wilson with the rebound, and he'll give it to Sexton. Sexton will bring it up the floor. Sexton outside for Wilson. They still sag off, but this time Wilson misses. Offensive rebound by Sexton. He gets blocked. Wilson now 1 for 4 from downtown as Jang kicks to a cutting SGA for the wide open layup. Oklahoma City back out in front, 17-16. Hornets still looking to push. Wilson to a cutting Williams. Williams with the dunk. Good fast break by the Hornets, and now the Thunder will take a timeout. Back and forth we go here in Oklahoma City, home of the 2025 champions. The Hornets have had a lot of optimism in the early part of the 2025-26 campaign as they currently sit 5 games over 500 at 20-15. They're 5th in the East. And if they can knock off teams like this, especially in the Loud City, they definitely could send the league some messages. Wilson got off to a slow start, but he's definitely picking up the pace. He's got the Hornets on top, 18-17. The teammates also did a nice job of making some plays early. And now Wilson, as we get ready to re-enter the game, take a look. Leading the rookie leaderboard. He's definitely in the hunt for Rookie of the Year. There should be no question at this point. But he's looking for something even more than that as the Thunder hit the 3 out of the timeout. It's Jalen Williams putting OKC back on top, 20-18. Man off a screen from Wilson. They try to go back to him, but it's stolen by Alex Caruso. Caruso on the fast break. Spinning, gives it to Williams. Williams backs up. Williams with the drive, leaves it for Jaden Williams. Williams tries the three. That's no good. Rebound by the Thunder, or rather the Hornets. Wilson to Williams. Wilson posts up. They go for the steal. They don't get it. Wilson will take care of the rest. Good spin on the inside from the left block. Wilson ties the game at 20. He's now got 13 points on 9 shot attempts. Here is Williams going behind his back. 2 Williams on the floor for Oklahoma City. Jalen currently has the ball. We got Jaden in the corner guarded by Wilson. Now Alex Caruso from the left corner. Loses his defender off a screen and hits Joe for the triple. That's no good. Rebound by the Hornets. Here they come. Wilson will keep it himself and give it to Sexton. Wilson's got a mismatch with Caruso. He goes right to work on him. Double team comes. Kick out to Williams for 3. No good. Rebound by Oklahoma City. Williams brings it down. Clock down to 5, 4, 3. Williams crossover. His layup is blocked. Turned aside by Wilson. No foul as he hit the deck. And we are all tied 20-20 after 10 minutes of play here in Oklahoma City, the home of the 2025 defending champion Thunder. Strap yourselves in if you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're in for a battle here tonight. So Wilson, after getting off to a slow start in the first quarter, he's now up to 13 points, 8 rebounds, an assist, and a block. He's keeping the Hornets competitive here on the road against Oklahoma City. We're all even at 20. Both teams have had early leads. Back and forth we go as the Williams work together on a pick and roll. Trying to give Oklahoma City the lead. 5 seconds to shoot. The ball in the hands of Joe. Kicks it out to Jaden Williams for 3. Yes, sir. Good concentration by Williams as he continues to dominate the Hornets from beyond the arc. Wilson in the corner for Diabate. Diabate sets up Wilson in the post. Wilson drop step. Wilson stays hot, drawing the foul, and he'll go to the line for 2 free throws. That was Jalen Williams with the foul. Wilson able to connect on the first despite all the distractions here in Oklahoma City. Fans are always making noise. It's always like a playoff atmosphere. Wilson out to prove that he doesn't have any of those nerves. He is as cool as a cucumber. He's been putting in work at the free throw line, and he's gotten that part of his game a lot more crisp. He's now up to 15 points on the night. Oklahoma City's lead trimmed back to 1. It's 23-22. Win or lose, we're definitely playing a lot better than we did last game against Chicago. Here is Williams. Williams kicks it out to Joe. He tries a 3, and that's down. Joe makes it 26-22, Oklahoma City. Nobody back to stop Wilson, so he'll go right back into the post. Facing Williams. He's got the strength on him, and he draws another foul. So Williams all of a sudden may have to go take a seat on the bench. He's pleading his case to the official. Wilson had the step on him. He threw an elbow into his chest. Wilson with that old school mentality about him, not afraid to play physical. He picks up right where he left off. 3 out of his first 3 at the charity stripe. These are going to be big here tonight. Wilson so far with 16 points, 8 rebounds, and assists. Trying to make it 17, which he does on his 4th consecutive made free throw. 26-24 Oklahoma City. We're just getting going here on the road in the second quarter. 8:46 to go until the half. Here is Mitchell on the floor with Caruso, who he gives it to on the right corner. Caruso off a screen. The defending champ drives. Caruso also won an NBA title with the LA Lakers. No good on the miss. Wilson rebounds and gives it to Sexton. Or I wanted to give it to Sexton, but instead I throw a turnover to Caruso. Up ahead, Joe. Wilson can't erase his layup. So Wilson with his 3rd turnover of the night. He'll leave it for Trey Mann. A Mann goes back to Wilson. Wilson runs a wraparound with Colin Sexton. Sexton with the drive, but he can't kiss the glass. Rebound Oklahoma City. There's a steal by the Hornets. The pass into the corner for Wilson. The 3-pointer is butter from downtown. Wilson hits his 2nd triple on 5 attempts. It's back to 1. 28-27 Oklahoma City. Here is Caruso. Outside Mitchell. Mitchell dribbling with the left hand. Uses the pick. Drives and pulls up from 15 feet out and hits. Hornets are doing a great job hanging in despite the Thunder going on a hot streak. Here is Wilson, backing up this time from the left side. Still showing no mercy on that drop step, and he's able to finish over Williams again. And a timeout again taken by Oklahoma City. If the double team doesn't come, Wilson's going right to work. He's up to 22 points here in this first half. And while we get a break in the action, I'd like to once again welcome everybody to Ladder of Light Gaming. I'm your host, Action Jackson Wilson, with NBA 2K26 MyCareer. It looks like this is going to be another game in which Wilson's going to be asked for a lot more minutes than what he's accustomed to. Hornets have been dealing with some injuries as SGA shatters the ankles of LaMelo Ball. And on top of that, he hits that fadeaway from 10 feet out. SGA is going into evil GOAT mode, so Wilson's going to have to counteract him. Wilson going into the post. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Wilson posts up another dunk. Look at that strength by Wilson. They have no answer for him down there. He may not be the biggest center in the league, like a Victor Wembanyama, but he has definitely been putting some time in that weight room. As Williams once again works on a pick and roll and hits. It doesn't matter what the Hornets do, the Thunder have always had a response. They feed the hot hand with Wilson. Back to the post again. Williams still has no answer for him, and this time Wilson with the miss, gets his own rebound, pump fakes, and throws another turnover. Williams is there in the passing lane. Williams, with the Thunder leading 34-31. Williams with the drive, kicks it to the corner for the other Williams. Joe to Caruso. 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Caruso into Williams. Williams to SGA. SGA with the drive. Stuffed by Wilson. That's his second block of the night. Up ahead to LaMelo Ball. There's nobody in the paint except SGA, so here comes Wilson. Wilson taking the MVP to school, and he posterizes him. I don't know where that defensive mistake occurred, but that is not going to help for the Thunder. SGA may be the MVP, but he is small. And speaking of small, Caruso made Wilson look small right there with the and one finish. You got to love that drive of Caruso. That's why he's a two-time NBA champion. He won his first ring with the LA Lakers back in 2020. And he was also a freak over at Texas A&M. Wilson on the fast break. Nobody back to stop him, but he blows the layup. Wiggins up ahead to Williams. Williams steps back for two. No good. Rebound by Wilson. Up ahead, LaMelo Ball. Ball trying to drive on SGA. Again, nobody in the paint, but good defense by SGA to deflect that pass. That's 8 turnovers on the night for Charlotte. 4 of them coming from Wilson. Williams driving inside on Ball. Williams steps back. Williams with patience kicks it to SGA. SGA with the drive. Tough layup is good. 39-33 Oklahoma City. Defending champs opening up a lead against the Charlotte Hornets. Wilson trying to stop the bleeding. He gives it to LaMelo Ball. Ball off a screen. To Wilson. Pass fakes. Goes for 2. No. Rebound by the Thunder. Williams brings it down and gives it to Caruso. Caruso walked out of bounds. He tried to step back for 3 in the corner. And here's a look at Jackson Wilson over the last 10 games. 40 points per game overall, 90% from the stripe. These are historic numbers that we are seeing. But the question is, will it be enough to lead the Charlotte Hornets on a memorable run? As Ball brings it up the floor with Wilson trailing him, he gives it up to him. Wilson going into the post against Hartenstein. Back to the drop step. Layup, no good. Tried to get the offensive rebound, but couldn't. It's picked up by Hartenstein. Williams in the corner. Williams out to SGA. SGA guarded tightly by Bridges. SGA driving with 8 to shoot. SGA in the right corner. Clock down to 4. 3. He's going to take a tough leaner, and it's sent away again by Wilson. Great rotation, perfect timing. That's the 3rd rejection for the Rookie of the Year frontrunner. And now Mason Plumlee will enter in, and Wilson will take a breather. After posting 26 points with 11 rebounds and 3 blocks here in this first half. Let's see how the Hornets bench fares. They did not have much luck, and Oklahoma City has jumped out to a 12-point lead at 56-44. SGA is on fire tonight, but so is Wilson. However, the better team is currently winning. And we'll see you in just a moment following our halftime report in Oklahoma City. So as we welcome you into the halftime show, let's take a look at our dunk contest race. Amen Thompson, Shaden Sharp, Asor Thompson, and VJ Edgecombe would be your 4 dunk competitors if the All-Star break started today. Voting is now in for All-Star weekend festivities. And you got to think that Jackson Wilson will definitely be involved in at least one of those. He was in the 3-point contest race as well as All-Star voting and the Rookie Sophomore Challenge, the Rising Stars. As we take a look at this first half, pretty solid overall for Jackson Wilson. He's had his hands full, but he's still got 26 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 blocks. However, his effort has not been nearly enough against the defending NBA champs. Wilson currently with 26 points, 11 rebounds, and an assist. As we bring it back to Thunder Country, the Loud City, in the state of Oklahoma. OKC. All right, for the second straight game, the Hornets find themselves trailing by double digits heading into the second half. They're going to need a comeback, and Jackson Wilson's going to have to keep doing what he's doing if they want to stand a chance. He re-enters, facing Isaiah Hartenstein in the left corner, as Williams will bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Williams trying to drive on Bridges, leaves it for Hartenstein, outside for Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins, the defending champ from the Golden State Warriors, kicks it out to Wallace. Wallace to a cutting Wiggins. He's blocked, but he was fouled. Wilson thought he had his 4th rejection. He cannot believe the call. And Wiggins is going to go to the line for 2 free throws. His first shot is perfect. 57-44 Oklahoma City. There are the numbers so far for Wilson. 26, 11, 1, and 3. He's also got 4 turnovers. They get his play cleaned up a little bit. We're going to make this comeback. Nobody back to stop him. Wilson can't hit the 3. Rebound by Williams. Here comes Wallace. Wallace looking around. Gets to Wiggins. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with his team leading by 14. Good ball movement by the Oklahoma City Thunder as Williams will try to make something happen with the shot clock going down. 3 seconds to shoot. Williams over Connaughton. No good. Wilson the rebound. Here come the Hornets with Bridges to a cutting Wilson. Wilson flushes it over Hartenstein. Good catch and a good punch. Wilson now up to 28 points tonight. He's also got 12 rebounds on 52% shooting. Thunder leading by 12. Just getting rolling here in the third quarter. 8:49 to go. Williams, tough 3-pointer from straight away. No good. Wilson with the rebound, and he gives it to Connaughton. Connaughton on the break. Wilson tried to cut through the back door, but the ball got deflected before Connaughton could give it to him. Connaughton with great defense to knock it back, but the Thunder are able to retrieve the loose ball. Here is Wallace with the tough layup, and he scores. Wallace and the Thunder leading now by 14 as LaMelo Ball brings it down and gives it to Wilson. Here comes a floppy play for LaMelo Ball. Come on, Ball, get to your position. Someone else is going to have to step up besides Wilson. Is it LaMelo Ball? Yes, it is. LaMelo Ball from downtown to make it an 11-point game. 60-49. Wilson picks up his second assist. Wilson with 4 turnovers in the first half. But he gets caught napping right there as Hartenstein is there for the dunk. On the fast break go the Hornets. They are not looking to slow down. Here's a pick and roll. The screen by Bridges. Wilson gets free and connects from 20 feet out. Wilson moving with and without the ball. He's now up to 30 points here. Hartenstein cutting back door. Wilson with great D, but Hartenstein with the hammer. Wilson and Hartenstein going at each other here in the second half as Wilson gives it the ball. Wilson, right back at you. The flush over Hartenstein with the left hand. Off the assist from LaMelo Ball. 32 points now for Wilson as the Thunder bring it up, leading by 11. Here is SGA. SGA off a Hartenstein screen. Hartenstein to Williams. Williams using a screen. Williams with the triple, no good. Wilson with the box out of Hartenstein, and he's there for the board. Up ahead, Connaughton into the corner for Ball. Tried to get to Wilson. Wilson retrieves it and lays it in. Wilson with great hustle to keep that from going out of bounds, and he gets two more. He's up to 34 points now, and it's a 9-point Oklahoma City lead. Wiggins inside for Hartenstein. Hartenstein into the post, leaves it for Wallace. SGA for three, that's no good. Wilson with the rebound. This time he'll leave it for Brandon Miller. Miller off a screen, gives it to Bridges. Wilson, the hand is down, but he'll leave it for Miller. They'll take their time. Here's the screen. Miller to Wilson in the corner for three. It's good! Wilson from downtown. It is a 6-point game. That's his third three-pointer of the night, and a 14-6 run by the Hornets. Hartenstein with the and one flushed on the other side. And Wilson picks up his third foul. The Thunder just keep on coming. These are two teams truly going at each other. Wilson retrieves the missed free throw from Hartenstein. Miller with the drive. Wilson with the cut. Over Hartenstein. He's fouled. Williams picks up the shooting foul right there. That's going to be his first. Wilson showing no fear as he continues to attack that paint. Thunder coach wanted an explanation. He didn't see much there. Wilson, who has been efficient at the free throw line, will get two more opportunities. He's now 5 out of 5. He's also made 15 shots from the floor on 25 attempts. He's got 38 points, 16 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 turnovers, but none in the second half. For the second straight game, the Thunder are trying to pull off a memorable comeback. They trailed by 12 at one point. Last game, they rallied all the way back from 17 to knock off the Bulls in Chicago. Wiggins left wide open for three, but he misses. Wilson with the rebound, and he'll give it to Connaughton at the point guard position. Connaughton outside for Wilson. He swings it for Ball. Ball with a quick trigger. Yes, sir! LaMelo Ball from downtown. It is a single possession game. Unbelievable. The Charlotte Hornets, again, never quit. They play you tough all 4 quarters. Tough shot, Alexander. No good. Great help by Bridges on the rebound. Wilson's got a mismatch, and he'll go right to the post. The double team doesn't come. Now it does. Wilson out to Bridges for the tie. No good. It's in and out. Hartenstein with the rebound. Wallace trying to give the Thunder some life here. SGA, who hasn't really done much since the half, pulls up and hits. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is leading in points per game entering tonight's contest, is able to make that happen. And now Connaughton on the cut. Wilson hits him, but Connaughton blows the layup. Back come the Thunder, leading by 5. Wallace looking for Hartenstein, but instead he'll give it to Williams. Williams tries for 3. No good. Rebound by Wilson. Gives it to LaMelo Ball. Here is Bridges. Outside for Wilson. Wilson posts up Hartenstein. Wilson calls for a Brandon Miller screen. Here we go. Miller with the ball. Here is the screen. Miller steps back and shoots and hits. Well done by Brandon Miller. Taking his time, getting open, and able to knock that right down the chute. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 68-65 Oklahoma City. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive for 2. 70-65 Oklahoma City as the Hornets bring it back down with LaMelo Ball. Wilson's going to get another floppy going with Ball. They've run this play so well all year. The screening has also been solid, and it is once again. LaMelo Ball cannot hit the 3, however. And back come the Thunder with Williams. Williams dribbling with the left hand. Williams off a screen, feeds a cutting Wiggins. Wiggins back to Williams. Williams guarded by Connaughton. 10 seconds for the Thunder to shoot. Wallace off a screen. Wallace with a tough three-pointer. It is good. Thunder bending but not breaking. Their lead was down to 3, and now they're back up 8. Wilson with the drive, and he stepped out of bounds. Great defense by Hartenstein. Wilson, who has now committed 12 turnovers in his last 2 games, gives it back to Oklahoma City. That's Wilson's first miscue of the second half. And now we'll get a platoon swap for Oklahoma City. We're leading by 8. Caruso for 3. No good. Rebound by Williams. SGA. Off a screen. Looking for the cutter. It's not there. So SGA is going to take it himself. Wilson comes to help. The kick out to Caruso for 3. Rattles in. Thunder by 11. Just like that, they restore their double-digit lead. Wilson sees the mismatch, and he goes right to work. Double team doesn't come. Wilson cannot convert the layup. Rebound by the Thunder. 76-65 the score. Outside Caruso. Caruso looking for SGA. He gets it there. Jang. 2 minutes to go here in the third. Jang guarded by Miller. 3 seconds for Jang to shoot. Jang with the drive. He's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. It'll be the second personal foul against Miller. And now Wilson will go back to the bench. The Hornets were so close to tying this game. They were within 3. They had an opportunity to do so, but they missed the open look. And now they're back where they started from, down by 12. And it's going to be an 11-point deficit as Wilson re-enters for the fourth quarter. He's going to be going up against Jalen Williams, who he has dominated here tonight. He's got 39 points, 18 rebounds, and 3 assists. But the Hornets find themselves down 11. 79-68. The kick to the corner. The Williams to Williams connection, and there's the triple. 14-point lead. Wilson not wasting any time. Going to go right back to the post. He has had Williams' number on this move, and it continues. This time he goes up for a nice sky hook. Wilson now with 20 points in the paint, give him 41 overall. 12-point Oklahoma City lead as Williams gives it to a cutting Mitchell. Mitchell to Williams. Williams outside for Joe. Caruso had the open 3, but he elects to pass it back. Caruso cutting inside for the layup. 84-70. Thunder over the Hornets. Bad pass. Mitchell. Outside Williams. Left alone for 3. He's got it. It's all Oklahoma City now. Turnovers leading to disaster for Charlotte. Wilson back into the post again. Another drop step. Wilson over Williams. He gets the layup to go. 15-point game, 87-72. Wilson now with 43 points. We need defensive stops. Here is Williams. Crossing over. Gives it to Mitchell. Mitchell jab steps. Off a screen from Caruso. Mitchell for 3. No good. Rebound by Wilson. They'll give it to Knippel on the break. Knippel loses the handle. Back comes Williams. Wilson can't catch him. Turnovers continue for Oklahoma City as they push it down to Wilson yet again. Back into the post. Here we go again. Until they can stop it, Wilson's going to keep going to it. Another finish off the glass. Wilson now with 45 points. He's off to an electrifying start here in the fourth quarter. But the Hornets are having trouble getting stops. Mitchell posting up and giving it to Caruso for the slam. There's just no stopping this Thunder offense right now as Mann gives it into Wilson. Wilson will try to get a floppy going with Knippel. Here we go. Knippel the sharpshooter. Can't get free, so he'll post up Wilson again. At least I wanted to. Wilson back into the post. Here we go. 3 to shoot. He's going to kick it out to Sexton. Sexton for 3. It's in and out. I didn't like where I was there. So that's on me, Sexton. 7:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. Oklahoma City leading by 17. Here is Joe. Joe dribbling with the left hand, gives it to Williams. Williams out to Williams, and he dunks. Over Wilson, and we'll get a timeout. So now you can see why this is a true test indeed. The Hornets have had their hands full here tonight against the Oklahoma City Thunder. 93-74. It's really hard to imagine that this was just a 3-point game. But the wheels have come off ever since. If you take Wilson out of the equation, this team really hasn't done much. 45 points, 19 rebounds, and 3 assists for Wilson. He's shooting 62% from the field. Here's an off-ball screen for LaMelo Ball. Wilson goes for 3. That's no good. Rebound by Oklahoma City. Wilson trying to put the team on his back. He's not having any luck. Williams driving in on Ball. Williams, tough shot, no good. Rebound pulled in by Wilson. Throws it up ahead for LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball with the drive. Kicks it out to Wilson. Wilson to Sexton. Wilson wraps around Williams through the back door, but nobody hits him. Ball does, and Wilson scores. Wilson showing Williams his strength. He's been doing that all night. It's up to 47 points as Caruso gets the ball outside for the Thunder, who are leading by 17. Out to Williams. Williams with the drive. Gives it out to SGA. SGA for 3. He's got it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from downtown to make it 96-76. Hornets elect to run the point guard with Wilson. Wilson will bring it up and go right back to the work on Williams. They need some three-pointers. Wilson wrapping around, and he'll try to hit Knipple again on a floppy. Not much time left for the Hornets. They've only got 6 minutes. Knipple comes out for the 3 and misses. Rebound by Oklahoma City. Wilson's got no one else to go to besides himself right now. Williams steps back. 5 minutes and 15 seconds to go. The Thunder should not be in any hurry, leading by 20. Here is Williams. Williams crossing over, kicks it out to Caruso. 3 seconds to shoot. Caruso fires. Great defense. Wilson with the rebound. Up ahead go the Hornets to Ball. Ball off a screen from Wilson. Wilson creates a mismatch off the ankle breaker. They bring the double team. Ball doesn't take the open 3. What are you doing? Knipple, shoot it. Sexton will, but he misses it. Wilson the offensive rebound. Pump fake, layup, no good. Thunder brought the double team, and Wilson couldn't finish. Nobody wants to shoot the ball. That is ridiculous. Joe looking for SGA. SGA out to Williams. Williams looking for the cutting Williams, but instead keeps it himself. Williams over Wilson, can't get it to go. Wilson on the boards up ahead. Here's the tip pass and a steal for SGA. That's the 6th turnover now for Wilson. SGA fires and hits. It's all Oklahoma City here tonight. 98-76 the score. This crowd getting its money's worth here tonight. Wilson going right back at Williams. Wilson drop steps. Williams left hand, and he scores. Wilson with 49. Go along with 23 rebounds here tonight. Timeout, Oklahoma City. Wilson once again doing all he possibly can for this team. How many field goal attempts do I have? 33. I'm 20 for 33, 3 for 8 from downtown, 6 for 6 from the free throw line. I do have 6 turnovers. Trying to get my teammates involved. 49 points, 23 rebounds, but I only have 3 assists. I got 1 steal, 3 blocks, and 3 fouls. And it's all Oklahoma City, 98-78. Like I said from the very beginning, these are the defending champs for a reason. But right now, they're definitely conquering us. We're going to need a lot more support if we're going to win a playoff series against this team someday. Because if we make it to the finals, we're probably going to run into the Thunder. So let this be a learning experience for us. It's going to take a total team effort, not just me, if we're going to win. Granted, I could have played better as well. We all could have played better. But when you have no support in certain instances, it's very tough to knock off a contender. We may have been able to get away with it against Chicago, but not tonight. Offensive rebound by Hartenstein. As that ball hung on the rim, Wilson went up too early for it. SGA spinning in the lane. Outside for Wallace. Wallace That shot is no good. Wilson with the rebound. Throw it ahead to LaMelo Ball. Here is Bridges. Wilson through the back door. She's now got 51. Good passing by the Hornets. Wilson now with 21 made field goals on the night. Hartenstein will cut inside and hammer it home. Wilson has been there, but it hasn't impacted Hartenstein here tonight. Now Ball, give it back to Wilson. If you don't want to shoot Ball, I'm going to keep it myself. There's a cutting Connaughton, and Wilson will hit Miller. Miller off a screen. Wilson with the drive. Layup is no good. Rebound by Hartenstein. We're down to 2.5 minutes to go. Hartenstein out to Wallace. Williams. Off the screen. Williams with the drive. Rejected by Wilson. Wilson there for the rebound. Up ahead. Here's LaMelo Ball. Lob to Wilson. Wilson can't finish it. 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. Here's Wiggins outside Hartenstein. Deflected by Ball. Gilgeous-Alexander gets it back and hits Williams in the corner for three. It's good. 103-80. Oklahoma City with 1:57 to go. Ball goes right back to Wilson. To a pick and roll with Connaughton. Nicely done. Connaughton with the drive, and Connaughton is fouled.
First personal foul.
Connaughton to the free throw line for Charlotte. He knocks down the first.
Pat Connaughton at the line for two.
Just wasn't our night, ladies and gentlemen. We did all we possibly could. We got 51 points, 25 rebounds. But it's not going to be enough for us to walk out of here with a W. Shout out to QJB. Now Williams. Looking to drive on Wilson. Lost the handle. Wilson collects his second steal. Here he comes. Hitting Knipple in the corner. They sag off Wilson. He'll take the three. It's no good. Offensive rebound by Knipple. Knipple puts it in for two. Good job, Con. 1:53 left before Oklahoma City will be celebrating a victory. Caruso with the drive. Use it for Joe in the corner. Here is Caruso. Now Jang. Dang outside for Mitchell. Mitchell's three-pointer is in and out. Rebound by Wilson. Gives it to Sexton. Sexton looking for a cutting Wilson. He gets it for the layup. Wilson continuing to demand the basketball despite the Hornets being out of it. He's making sure not to leave anything out on that court. 53 points now for Wilson, 26 rebounds as Mitchell scores another three. Our three-point defense is just pathetic. Man up ahead for Wilson. Wilson with the drive. Wilson not quitting until that final buzzer sounds. He gets a drop step over Williams. Wilson now with 55. 106-88. 30 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Backdoor cut Caruso. He lays it in. Rather dunks it. 108-88. Wilson dribbling, and he'll do a pick and fade with Knipple. Knipple, nice screen. Knipple kicks to the corner for Mann. Mann for three. Nope. Rebound by Oklahoma City. And that's going to do it. The Thunder defeat the Charlotte Hornets here tonight. 108-88. Wilson once again with a great performance on the road. Continues to put up crooked numbers. 55 points, 26 rebounds. But it's nowhere near enough as Oklahoma City defends their home hardwood.
MP, this is one of the games you highlighted on your social channels being pivotal to your MVP case. How much do you think coming out on the losing end will affect that?
I'm not really thinking about that right now. Those videos are for fun, for the fans, but my focus is on winning and helping this franchise get to where it needs to go.
Well, that makes sense. Thank you, MP.
You're welcome.
Brian, over to you.
Yeah, don't talk about MVP right now. We looked like crap tonight. We lost by 20. I mean, we did a nice job to begin the third quarter, getting that deficit from 12 to 3, but ever since then, the wheels came off. And the bench didn't do very well either. But, like I said, we're not going to win every game. I mean, that's for darn tootin' sure, especially when you're on a young team like this. And we're on Hall of Fame, so sometimes there's only so much you can do.
Hey, Ma, how's it going?
He's great. He's in really good spirits.
Okay, what did the test find?
That he needs surgery. But the
Surgery?
prognosis, it's really, really good.
Ma.
Yes, they need to put a stent in, and I know it sounds scary, but the doctor said it's a very common procedure. And like I said, the prognosis is great.
Yeah. I guess that's good. Can I talk to him?
Oh, he's sleeping right now, honey, but I will have him call you in the morning.
And how are you holding up?
I'm fine, MP, and your father is fine too. Everything is going to be okay.
I need you to keep reminding me that Dad's a fighter.
Your dad is a fighter. I love
didn't
you.
mean right now, Ma, but thanks.
I love you, honey.
I love you too, Ma.
So unfortunately, we're not just dealing with a tough loss, but my father's apparently in surgery and dealing with some heart issues. So hopefully things go well for him, and hopefully things go better for us next time out. I want to thank everybody for tuning in once again. This has been another presentation of Ladder of Light Gaming, hosted by yours truly, Action Jackson Wilson. Our next matchup will be against James Harden from the Los Angeles Clippers. Let's see how we're looking entering this one. Oh, that's not good. We lost to the last place team in the Western Conference, the Utah Jazz. A team that we absolutely obliterated in a game that I actually played on the channel earlier this year. So that's a loss we're going to have to shake it off quick, because we're going up against one of the best in the West, the Los Angeles Clippers. You know, James Harden's going to be looking to cheese. But that'll be for next time. Here's a look at today's stat line once more. Great team effort by the Hornets, with SGA leading the charge, 25 points, 9 assists, 3 steals, 9 out of 18. Williams with 21, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals. Hartenstein, my matchup, went 8 for 8, 16 points, 11 rebounds. Caruso with a great game as well, 14 points, 4 assists, 2 steals. And then let's take a look at us. For the second straight game, I had to put the team on my back. 38 shot attempts last game, 39 here tonight. Hit 23 of them. Wasn't my best performance from 3. I went 3 for 9. But I did get to the free throw line 6 times. I made all of those. I did have 6 turnovers, but once again, that's from me trying to get my teammates involved and not getting much help other than LaMelo Ball. As you can see, Brandon Miller tried to get him involved more often, but he only took 2 shots. Pat Connaughton only shot the ball once. Bridges only went 1 for 7. He went 0 for 3 from downtown, including the 3 that would have tied the game in the third quarter after we rallied from 12 down. Colin Sexton, terrible off the bench. No field goals, 0 for 6, 0 for 3. 2 made free throws. Con Knipple only shot the ball twice. And that one possession late in the game where Ball and Knipple were both open and didn't want to shoot, that speaks a lot of volumes as well. I don't know what my teammates were doing out there. I mean, this loss ain't on them. I mean, I'm taking some accountability as well. Because at the end of the day, I could have played better, even though my stats don't necessarily show that. This is on me just as much as everybody else. I got to keep putting in work. I got to keep giving it my all out there. But everybody's going to have to step up. If we're going to do something special this year, everybody's going to have to follow suit. They don't have to put up numbers I'm putting up, but I mean, look at LaMelo Ball. We're literally the only ones putting points on the board right now. We got 75 points on 50 shots. That's pretty solid. That's way over 50%. The NBA, that's terrific. But props to the Oklahoma City Thunder and to SGA. He's the MVP, and these guys are the defending champs for a reason. They made us feel like we had no business being on their court here tonight. This is why we play these kind of games, to learn from them and to keep growing, because we're a young team. We got a lot of potential. I really believe we can do something special, but just got to treat every day like a learning experience. These last 2 games, even though we won against Chicago, we did not play well overall. In this game, it was the same thing. The only difference, you're not going to get away with a bad, rusty performance against the NBA champs or an NBA heavyweight. No disrespect to the Bulls, but they're not going anywhere this year. Oklahoma City is. They're looking for a repeat. So we need to get on their level. And these games coming up against MVP candidates like James Harden, Nikola Jokic, who, by the way, won an NBA championship with the Denver Nuggets just 2 years ago, and Victor Wembanyama, who definitely has the San Antonio Spurs on the rise. These are going to be much needed for us to see how we truly match up. I mean, we've done well against the bottom feeders, with the exception of this game against the Utah Jazz, but it's any given day. Just got to shake it off. We're not the only team they've beaten this year. Overall, I can't complain with where we're at. We're 21-18. We're 5th in the East, and we're actually in the hunt for home court advantage in the first round. That'll definitely be pivotal for us, but we'll worry about that later. We got to focus on making the playoffs beforehand. And now it's on to Los Angeles, where we take on the Clippers. This is Jackson Wilson with Ladder of Light Gaming. This has been another presentation of NBA 2K26. I wish you peace that passes beyond understanding and the unconditional love that only Jesus Christ can provide. In God's holy and almighty name.